pretty bad. I just went through a huge water puddle and it was like a foot deep. So scary. The whole front of the truck was just like skirt, 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 like rolling on water. I couldn't stop. My tires, my brakes didn't work. Oh Lord, this person just threw 4 feet of freaking water. Did y'all hear that? That hit my car. Oh God, I had to use the bathroom. I'm getting tired. I hope I don't have any problems sleeping over here. I stayed over here last week one day and it wasn't a problem. So I'm hoping that I can stay here tonight and it not be a problem. That's the thing though, you never know. 90% of the time, if you try to stay somewhere new, you're going to have the police waking you up. If you try to stay in like a random shopping center or anywhere besides a Walmart or a Planet Fitness, more than likely they're going to be waking you up. The cops will be there in your face first thing. I got to find a shirt before we go in here. Not buying anything. Not buying a damn thing. I do need to throw away trash though because I have a ton of that in here from today. All these fucking job interviews. I haven't even left the car half the day. I wanted to go to the gym. That we went, but then I had a doctor's appointment, so we didn't stay. Damn it. This is a fucking mud puddle. Y'all. I'm parked in a mud puddle because of the flooding. My God. Can you freaking... These flip-flops, if they get wet, they'll freaking tear apart. Damn it. I know this says curbside pickup, but I'm not walking through the damn rain in the dark. Maybe you should leave some damn parking spaces for customers that are actually coming in. I don't understand companies. They're so dumb, ain't they? I had to pee so bad. Got a handful of trash. Oh, there's a trash can. Sheets usually has one, but not always. Thank you. Make sure the car's locked. Thank you. It's so out here. My favorite soap. It smells really good. Damn, man, this rain. The sky looks dark as hell. It looks like it's about damn drop. There's a hurricane coming. I'm coming out. YouTube needs to hurry up and send me my shit. Like ASAP. I've got bills to pay. Had bills to pay for 3 months. I gotta put my front window cover up. I gotta find it. I don't even know where it is. Oh, damn it. My flip-flops. Alright. My windshield wipers tore all to hell. I'm gonna have to get gas again tomorrow because I have a lot going on tomorrow, and I know I'm gonna go through a whole fucking gallon of gas, just like yesterday and the day before. Oh, and Saturday. We went to the market on Saturday. I'm trying to get my seat up. I'm trying to get the back. I'm also trying to make sure this thing is even. If that window cover is not in there, people can see in your window. You have to make sure that it's all the way down to the bottom of the windshield. Dirty clothes, I'll wash those tomorrow. I don't know if this is dirty, but we're probably gonna wash it tomorrow anyways. Computer. So I'm thinking of just, I don't know, keeping my YouTube check and returning the truck because I'm never going to be able to pay for the truck. By the time the check gets here, I'm then going to be 3 months behind. So what's the point? What's the point of spending every single, but also if I spend the check, I'm still not going to have enough money to pay my storage shed. So either I'm going to sell my truck or save my personal property. At least if I just fucking send the truck back, then I will have money to survive. I'll be able to feed myself. I won't have to worry about no $35 fucking $40 bills I'll always have for that. That's not the problem. The truck and gas is the problem. I'm spending $3,000 a month on gas and truck. Just that. My truck payment is $700, my $150. That totals out to $850, but gas. When I'm out here looking for work and having to go to doctor's appointments and go to here, there, everywhere, fucking move 15 times a day because you can't stay parked in one fucking spot. You spend probably $20 a day just moving from parking lot to parking lot. You can't stay in the Walmart parking lot 12 hours a fucking, every 2 hours you have to be moving. So if that means down the street, great. You usually need to go a little further than that. Even if you stay in a general area, the cops tend to come and want to fuck with you. They're nosy. They're like, why is she staying there? they know that you live in your car, the businesses will start calling the cops on you, and then the cops start riding through the park telling you to move on. So you're going to spend anywhere from $20 to $50 a day in fucking gas just moving from place to fucking place. And that's a week. Because you're going to have to constantly be on the move. You can go to Walmart, you can spend money in Walmart, but if you stay there any longer than 2 or 3 hours, their security is going to come by and tell you that you need to go. And then, you know, looking for work, hell, just in the past month, I've spent over $1,000 in gas. Last year, I quit looking for work like I was. I would set up all of these in-person interviews. I would show up to these companies, makeup on, outfit, great attitude, and it was a waste of fucking time. And I was doing that 5 or 6 times a day. I would drive from Winston-Salem to Greensboro, do 2 interviews in Greensboro, drive back to Winston-Salem, do another fucking interview, leave there, drive to Kernersville, do a fucking interview. 8, 10, 12 hours a fucking day for nothing. For nothing. When you go into those interviews, those people don't even care. They don't care that you freaking drove 5 minutes to that interview, that you had to wake up at 3:15 in the a.m. just to be there because you had other interviews before then and after. They don't care. They don't care. I've tried everything from temp agencies to mom and pop shops to Home Depot to Dunkin' Donuts to everything. Every single thing that you can think of. Throw a name. And I bet you money that I've applied there. If it's an Applebee's, if it's a Starbucks, if it's a fucking Home Depot, anything, any retail and every retail store, from Publix to Trader Joe's to Walmart to CVS to Walgreens to and when I say that I've applied there, I mean that I've applied multiple times. Like I'm talking like 30 different, not just one, but like 30 different locations. Each one. Ruby Tuesdays, Buffalo Wild Wings. They're not. A matter of fact, you go in there and that's why you get crappy service. As you see that everywhere is kind of understaffed. Go into Buffalo Wild Wings in High Point. You're going to get crappy service. They probably only have maybe bartenders even on staff right now. Places are not making enough money to pay people. We're so fucked. Or at least I am. I don't know what I'm going to do. And I'm sick of going through this. If I just give the fucking truck back and go move in on my fucking land, I'm done with it. You know what I mean? I don't have to worry. I won't have any fucking bills. Why am I doing this to myself? Over a truck, over a place to stay? Fuck this. Like, I'm over it. I have been for months. Bye. I have been for months. All I do is do what I'm supposed to do. I'm literally a goddamn angel, and I can't even fucking get ahead because of it. Every job I go into that even seems like they're really interested in me, the moment that they see me, they don't want to hire me. Now, if I was missing my 2 front fucking teeth and weighed 300 pounds, they'd hire me. Because that's what 90% of their staff looks like at the places that I apply to. And it absolutely is because of my looks. The last 2 jobs I worked, it's that. Like I was explaining to y'all today, there are certain companies that only hire certain types of people. And that is a huge thing in the food service industry. I've been into jobs and been able to tell that I was not hired because they knew I was not into the stuff that they were into. You can get a feel for people. For instance, I've been into it was a Italian restaurant, and they said that all of the staff likes to hang out on Friday and Saturday when they're not working instead at the bar and drink. And I said, oh, well, I won't be doing that. I don't drink, da-da-da-da-da-da. And there was I could tell that the guy took it personal. Maybe I shouldn't have said that I'm not a big drinker, but I was trying to let him know that I was rebel. That I would put his company and doing the right things above partying. Well, he took it fucking personal and had an attitude for the rest of the fucking interview because obviously he's an alcoholic. Why would you take it fucking personal unless you're a alcoholic? You think I want to work for somebody like that? That gets defensive? He didn't need to be owning a bar. period. And also, it would have been one of those jobs where he hired me just because I was pretty, and I could already tell that there was already, like, some weird shit going on in his mind. You know what I mean? Like, people are so weird. Weird. I'm just over it. Maybe I just need to fucking stop looking for work. Maybe if I just stop looking for work, something will just show up. Maybe I'm putting too much energy into doing it and things are not going my way, and maybe it's having the opposite effect. Maybe I just need to stop. I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that I'm tired and I'm over it, and I've literally applied to at least 50% of the business in the Piedmont Triad area. And we're talking 5,000 applications, 500 in-person interviews. I'm done. Like, I'm burnt out. I've spent $40-something thousand. I can't. That's a whole year salary that I've spent on gas, accommodations, trying to survive to get to the next fucking job interview. If I would have just sat on my ass last year, at the very least, I would still have $6,500 in my pocket. At the very least, because that's what I sold the tiny house for at the beginning of the year. At the very least, every single one, every penny of that, look for more work. So I sold a little tiny house so that I would have more money to go look for work. Yep, and we just read a bunch of Reddit thing. Fuck you, leave, you pussy. Why are you bitch? God, y'all, yeah, I literally fucking pull up. Please, I hope I meet you in person. I would bitch slap you from here till Sunday. Like, shut the fuck up. You live with your mom and daddy. You're not shit. You don't try. You'll never fucking try. And you come here to fucking talk shit to somebody who's actually trying. You're a loser. Obsessed with me. Get the fuck on. You're the exact type of pervert that I've been running from my whole fucking life. Do you not get it? Don't want you here. Leave. Please. You don't get it because you're probably the exact type of person that I'm talking about. When someone like me that has confidence, that loves themselves, that doesn't want to break the law, they don't want to do drugs, they don't need the need to drink alcohol to numb the pain of the reality of their life. They go somewhere like the motherfucking Waffle House to fucking work. Yes, there's problems. There absolutely is, because they all know that I'm not doing drugs with them. And they all feel some type of way. There's a guilt there. My competence, my self-esteem makes them feel incompetent. They hone in on their failures. Me doing the right things makes other people feel shitty about themselves, and then they want to fucking bully me or treat me some type of way. And when I fucking don't shy down and tell them to go fuck themselves, then there's problems. Why is it okay for people who are breaking the law, whether they're snorting fucking pills in the bathroom or fucking high on heroin at the fucking grill? It fucking happens. My last 2 jobs, everybody high. It's the food service industry. Stop being fucking naive. Yes, it causes problems. Me being cute, me having confidence, me loving myself, me saying I don't need drugs and alcohol. You don't either. Yes, it causes problems. Move where? Move where? Everywhere is the same. You don't get it. Everybody has lost their minds. Most of these cities are democratically run. That takes away half of my job opportunities right there. You think they're going to hire me at my little country ass? You think they really going to fucking hire me at Starbucks? People are so stupid. They really are. Really, really are. And you're sucking dick, Harp. Oh, what a pussy. Never failed a drug test. I can smoke marijuana. It's legal in this state. Half of the employers asked me to take drug tests. They told me that they don't even care about the marijuana. They're looking for hardcore drugs. As a matter of fact, they're looking for fentanyl, because even nurses are out here getting fucking high on fentanyl. Shows me how naive someone really is when they really think that people ain't high out. Half of society is on something, baby. Half of society is on something. So if you think that they're not, then you've been around the block enough. So you don't need to be here. Lots of places do drug tests, but half of them don't care about marijuana. Especially, believe it or not, construction companies. The carpentry company that I used to work for, they tested everybody when they hired them. Marijuana, they don't mind. They're looking for methamphetamine. They're looking for fentanyl. Some people can say that marijuana is a drug, but tell me, when's the last time you drank? Because I don't drink alcohol. I don't do drugs. Haven't in over 4 years. So I don't know. I think that there's a lot of misconception. I think that there's a lot of simple-mindedness. Marijuana is a much better option than alcohol and half of the mental health drugs that we have on shelves nowadays. Is marijuana a gateway drug? Yes, it absolutely fucking is. It absolutely is. Marijuana is a gateway drug. Marijuana can be bad. It keeps me from strangling people like you, though. So we're going to keep smoking it so that we don't have to go back to prison, because stupid people are stupid, okay? Yeah, I would much rather I would much rather see you on marijuana than Xanax. Go take some Xanax. Tell me how that week goes. Tell me how that week goes. What you remember of it. You might wake up with a whole lot of shit in your room that you don't know where it come from. People are out here on Seroquel to sleep. They wake up with damn caffeine pills and caffeine and nicotine to get the day going, and then they go to work and they fucking eat 2,000 fucking calories in a lunch meal, and then they go home and they fucking drink a 6-pack, and then they need Seroquel to go to sleep again, or hell, Adderall to wake up, and then people want to talk about marijuana with me. Boy, bye. Yeah, no, that's another thing. I want to get into a trade, but I have to have a job to pay my bills. I talk about every day. I was in class last semester. I've been taking legal classes for 7 years on and off, and I'm never going to be able to finish a degree if I don't find a job. I have financial aid money setting. I can go back to school for free right now. At least at a community college, it would pay for all of it. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with this economy like this. And then me, I have friends who graduated with their masters 4 years ago, and they can't find work right. And I'm a criminal with not even a full 2-year degree completed. Multiple degrees started, but not any of them finished. So I went to school for horticulture, also went to school for paralegal studies, and I've also been back and forth between random single classes. I do like to take world religion classes. It's some of my favorite, but also so expensive right now. And the fact that they've given me extra money for my financial aid, I should really take advantage of that. And it's really sad that I can't. Most people don't even have the ambition to go to fucking school, but y'all want to sit here and talk shit to me? Yeah, let me see how many classes you've took in the past fucking year. Let me see what where your ambition fucking lies. Grow the fuck up. Y'all are so fucking jealous, and it shows. It shows. I'm not taking no magic mushrooms. I don't do drugs, and they are a drug. And I think that, where hires felons? Where? I've already applied, all of them. UPS told me that they can't hire me because my driving record from 10 years ago, okay, that's right, I haven't had a speeding ticket, I haven't had a seatbelt ticket, I haven't had a fucking following too closely, I haven't had any kind of traffic violation or criminal violation in almost 10 years. No trouble, not a lick, not even seen a jail cell, not even had a jail meal, not in 10 years. They do not hire felons. As I said earlier, their whole job force might be comprised of 1% felons. Just because they hired 1 or 2 does not mean that they do it on a regular basis. Matter of fact, if you have anything to do with robbery, if you have anything to do with harming children, anything to do with, let's see here, Violent offense. You got in a fucking fist fight and shot somebody. They're not going to hire you. Anything to do with scamming or scheming. Let's say you wrote a bunch of bad fucking checks or you stole a company that you worked at previously. They're not going to hire you. Certain felonies, they do hire. Certain felonies. Certain isolated, not so bad felonies. But the majority of felonies, if it comes to a violent offense, if it comes to kidnapping or robbery or any kind of money, they're not going to hire you. This is the problem. This is the conversations we need to have because these are the modern missions. Here's the issue. Here's the issue. There's not a lot of people out here in my position because a lot of people don't make it this far. Most people end up back on drugs. Most people end up back in prison and they bounce in and out of the system for the entire fucking life. My case, my success is actually an isolated incident. It absolutely is. That's a problem, though. When people go to jail, they need to be, at the very fucking least, getting some kind of drug rehab services while they're in there so that when they get out, they can at least try to focus on recovery. Addiction services are trash all over this country. We are in the middle of an opioid epidemic, but at the same time, we have the worst medical care ever. Like ever. It's that bad. There is so much medical mispractice that's going on, so much big farm taking place, so much actual medical diagnoses being thrown out the fucking... Let's just overlook 30 years of medicine and ignore 30 years of basic psychology that we've learned and we've developed and we know works. It's all about money. And there's a job shortage in this country, but not only is there a job shortage in this country and has been for over a year, I have 20-something, supposedly, allegedly, 20 million immigrants here who are working, who have work passes, who can work. So all of the available jobs that was there for me back in 2021, working in construction when I was working multiple fucking jobs, because I always have, all of those positions are now gone. I started noticing it about 2021 when I moved to Florida. It was 2022 when I moved to Florida, and I moved down there looking for work. I had a hard time when I got to Florida. It took me months to find work. I was struggling. I even went and stripped at one of the clubs. It was fucking horrible. Horrible. I was for refusing to buy drugs from the bouncers and have sex with customers in VIP and had it all on camera. He said, yeah, we're letting you go because you won't fuck people and do drugs. This is what I'm talking about. You go somewhere where everybody is wrapped up in illegal shit and you refuse to behave that way, you become the target. They hate you because, I really think that it has a lot to do with jealousy because a lot of people want to be clean, but they don't know how to be. And there's no denying that I'm a happy person on a regular basis. It's financial difficulties that cause me to be down. That's the only thing I have in my life is not being able to pay my fucking... I've never in my life been through something like this, and I'm glad to know that it's not just me. We just read fucking 50 people on Reddit that's going through the damn same thing. It's the media that's fucking covering it up that's pissing me off. It's all going to come to a head one day, and we're going to be like, told you so. Here's the thing. Half of the people that we have that immigrated here, they're not working right now. What are we going to fucking do when they all start working? What are we going to do? We're already in the middle of a job shortage. We're in the middle of a housing crisis. Every city's in debt. The country is in trillions of dollars in debt. What are we going to do when all of these people get work permits and start working? We're going to all be fucked. 20 million people. If that's right, if that number is right. And then we find out that the jobs, the Biden administration was lying about how many jobs they've been adding to the fucking economy. Of course they have. They want this to all come to a head and explode all at once so that they can swoop in and try to save us and act Captain Save-A-Ho. This is what they did with the fucking vaccine, and it's what they're trying to do with fucking monkeypox, in my opinion. All of a sudden, they're trying to give all these gay men this fucking shot. Baby, you better practice abstinence, okay? because that shot ain't no joke. Shit'll damn... Allegedly, one of the... No, it's not allegedly. One of the side effects is fucking cardiac arrest. It's not alleged. It's on the FDA's fucking website, so I can say that. YouTube be tripping. Censor me all day. It's to the point I don't even respond to comments anymore because of how much they censor me. What's the point? I mean, first you tell me... some lady asked me the other day about something in Springfield, and I said, all of the evidence is on my channel if you want to check it out. And they fucking blocked that comment, and so I reworded it. And I said, in my opinion, I believe that most of what is being true is said. We've discussed this on my channel if you're interested in some of the evidence. And they blocked that, and then I written it out a different way, y'all. At this point, I'm aggravated, and I'm being petty, and I'm going to figure out how to post this, right? So I tried again, and it says you can't post that. It's a protected group or something. Falls under cyberbullying or something. And I was like, are they fucking for real right now? It said I couldn't post nothing for 12 hours. The only thing that I can think of is that it had Springfield. I kept putting the word Springfield in it. So what? I'm talking about Haitians' behavior in Springfield, and it's saying that I'm spreading hate speech against Haitians. Like, fucking for real right now? Like, what else could it have been? When she says, are these things really happening in Springfield? And I said, they're absolutely happening in Springfield. Come to my channel. There's evidence on my channel. What? And then I reworded it to, in my opinion, I do believe they're happening. There's evidence to support this on my channel. And then the third time, it was very similar, but still, it had Springfield in it. Oh, I think the last time I said something like, any information about Springfield, you can come to my channel and find. And that's when it said that I was talking against a protected group or something, pretty much. Unbelievable. The only could have been is because I put Springfield in it. That's YouTube censoring stuff. That's what Kamala Harris wants to do. She wants the government to be over all of the social media websites. Who thinks that's a good idea? The government tell you what you can and cannot say on Twitter or freaking probably Instagram and YouTube, and hell, they probably, I mean, if they pass some kind of law, I don't know, man. She was saying that there needs to be somebody that oversees what is said on social media websites, and I posted a clip of it. You can go find it and see it. She's insinuating that there needs to be someone that controls the speech, the narrative. Who's that? Did he? Thank you for the gold membership. Thank you for buying a membership. I'm trying to click on it to like it. It won't let me love it. What the world? Why won't it let me do it? Nina, I'm sorry you're going through sciatica. I mean, honestly, ibuprofen? I don't know. I've never... That's your back. That's your sciatic nerve. You need to bend over. You need to stretch your hamstrings. You need to bend over. Remember the other day when I was imitating that cook that used to be high when I went to work every day and he was bent over like a pretzel? Bend over and stretch your hamstrings, the back of your legs. If you stand up straight, let's see if I can show you. Hello. Stand up straight and over the front and stretch your hamstrings. That probably would, or did you say sciatica? Look, medical stuff mixed up. Where did it go? Hey Tabby, sorry. Let's see. Yeah, sciatica pain, right? So sometimes I get that mixed up with bending over and stretching your hamstring should help the sciatic nerve. Like, fold your body in half. Like, if you were standing up straight like this, fold your core over your butt, you know what I mean, like over the front, and reach your hands all the way down to your knees and stretch the back of your legs out as much as possible. The more you bend, the more that it nerve. But also, any kind of stretching when you're dealing with sciatica will help. I remember when I first started my weight loss journey and I used to run 5 miles a day. If I was running on concrete or if I was doing cross country, because I used to run cross country, if I was doing either one of those, my back would be killing me, and it was my sciatic nerve. And I would bend over and stretch my hamstrings, and I started to notice that it was my body actually screaming for me to stretch from running. Also, shin splints, that comes, if you stretch on a regular basis, the shin splints will stop happening. If you're having sciatic pain, stretching is great for that. Just be careful to not overstretch and like pinch yourself really bad. But it works really great, the stretching your hamstrings for sciatic pain. See, me too. And that's what I'm saying, like, you've got to stretch. If you're not, you're going to end up with a shoulder injury like me. My shoulder's been injured for weeks. Yeah, you could probably do 600 easy job applies on Indeed this weekend. You did that, Lola? I believe you, because that's about as many as you can get done in a weekend. If you started at 8 a.m. on Friday and went until, and put in 10 hours a day on Indeed, you could absolutely do 600 if you did it 2 or 3 days over the weekend. Static endometriosis. Ain't that with the uterus? Ain't that like PCOS or whatever it's called? No. Don't stretch on cold muscles. Yeah, get you a warm-up in. I like to get on the treadmill and walk backwards for a couple minutes. Put it on incline. Go forward on incline. Get my heart rate up. And then get into some lunges. That's one of my favorite stretches. Like the side lunges. Ain't that what it's called? Where you put your feet apart and then yeah. Physical life, well, that aches me, dog. I feel you. Stairmaster. Yeah, I don't like the Stairmaster. I almost trip and fall. Seriously, the last time I was on it, I was trying to, like, video with you guys or something and almost fell off of it. That thing is rough. Oh, I thought you were nice, and then I saw a mean comment. Damn. Why you gotta be mean? I don't blame anybody for my problems, for my mistakes. I think that people get it twisted. I've situation if people would have paid me the money that they owed me. There's no debate in that. I wouldn't have a fucking lawsuit against a restaurant. Do you think that somebody would go through the time of wasting time and money to pull somebody into court if they weren't honest about what was going on in the situation? I worked for a restaurant. They did not pay me. It's wrong. Not only did they not pay me, they tried to sleep with me. They bullied me because I refused to sleep with them. They tried to make me prostitute. I refused. Like, there's so many things that you don't even understand. And I blame people for their actions against me. And I don't want to be going through these things. It's to the point that I don't even talk to people because 90% of the time, not only are they fake as fuck, they have fucked up morals. They don't even have no morals at all. They're just out for them. They just want to use and abuse. It's to just isolate yourself if you're meeting the same type of people like that. Like I said, I'm in this in-between place. I'm sure that being homeless does not add to the fact that of my friend, like my friend group. Because, this time 2 years ago, look at where I was living, I had a whole different friend group, but also those were fake friends too. Even the people with money, they're the worst. People with money, they're the fakest. Oh, 2016. Congrats. Hello, I I think it's pronounced G. Sierra. Yes, Tabby, I've heard of that. And that's one of the diagnoses that they haven't done a lot of research on. They need more research on like women's health and stuff when it comes to cancer and like cervical cancer and PCOS and even like PMDD. They don't do any studies on that. But also, a lot of these doctors now, they don't want to diagnose you with PMDD. PMDD, you don't you medication so that they can get you on the medication. I know, me too. Me too. They ruined Cali already. No doubt, Wheezy, they did. They ruined it. It could wash off into the damn... What ocean is that? Is that the Atlantic Ocean or the Pacific Ocean? I don't know. It could wash the damn ocean, and I don't think anybody would even notice. We'd be like, what happened to that one city that was full of crime and drug addicts? Like, seriously. What happened one city? Remember back in the day, 2024, there was a whole another state, wasn't there? And it was full of drug addicts. And they had semi-legalized drugs. They had vending machines with needles and Narcan in it. Y'all remember that? Where'd that whole city go? Oh, man. I hope that doesn't happen. Hey, John. I think that Gavin Newsom is going to ruin it for good before it ever gets better. I think that the people of California are going to have to repent before that city ever gets better. I think that it's their own fault that it went downhill. I don't think that God will ever help California if California does not get their lives together. It's rough. It's raining. Yes, those doctors. Not only do doctors collect, the doctors actually can get kickbacks for medications. We read about that the other day. They absolutely can. Not only that, there's pharmaceutical people. There's like reps for drug companies that go around a different doctor's office giving out free samples and all kinds of stuff. And they're given all of these lavish trips and vacations and dinner and lavish events for pretty much getting their patients strung out on different pharmaceutical drugs. It's been going on for years. I mean, look at Florida. Y'all remember the pill mills? The pill mills, that's what they were doing. Doctors were writing 5-6 different prescriptions for the same damn patient. Everybody was high on opiates. Half the state of Florida on opiates. It would be 3 generations of people high on opiates. The father, the grandfather, and the son, they all high on drugs. They all showing up to the doctors first of the month getting them scripts, boy. It was a huge problem. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. No, I'm not scared to live in the car until some weird guy shows up out of nowhere and tries to open my back door. I had this guy in South Carolina do that. I've had random guys just show up to have conversations with me. Like, I've had some weird instances. Absolutely, that's scary. Recently, though, I've been carrying weapons on me. Usually when I get out of the car and I'm by myself, I have some kind of weapon on me. The weapon of the day was tactical pepper spray, UV dye. Sounds pretty dangerous to me. Thanks, Matt. This came from an ex-boyfriend of mine, years ago. Still have it. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. But we also have like 20 different knives. We got crowbars. We got scissors. We got everything. I've got 2 more cans of mace. We've got a taser. We've got some stuff. Everywhere I look, there's a weapon. So no, I don't really it doesn't really scare me that bad. Yeah, I think it was different, Kathy, in the older generations. I feel like people, 53 years, that's a long time. That's something to be proud of. I feel like there was a different level of respect in the workplace back in and not trying to be rude, but like back in your day, I feel like there was a different level of respect that the modern generation, they just do not have. People are so rude. Everybody is self-centered, self-organized. They're self motivated. You know, everybody has meaningless relationships. It's just like relationships that are for their own benefit. And even in the workplace, I understand that it's like you're not supposed to take your work home with you, but when you're at work, you should absolutely feel comfortable in the environment and not feel like, I don't know, I just feel like that there's a lot of drama and toxicity in the workplace nowadays that did not used to be that way. Back when I first started working over 15 years ago, you would go into the workforce and everybody was kind of cool with each other, you know? It's not like that anymore. There's all of this animosity and passive aggressiveness and self-loathing that I can see from other people, and it really sucks. It really does. I wish that people loved themselves more. I wish that people were proud of who they were more. I wish that people recognized their identity and what they stood for. There's a lack of God in society. There's no denying that that's where this is stemming from. When you tell people that it's okay to fornicate and pass around STDs, and that's what they're going to do, and that's what people are doing. Every relationship that is out here nowadays, most of them are surface level. People don't connect anymore. Everybody's preoccupied with instant gratification at their fingertips. Everything is kind of meaningless when it comes to relationships, and in the workforce, it's crazy. We just watched a nurse, an RN. His name is Fritz Gabriel. You should go check him out. He's RN, and he quit his second day of work, and I think it was like his first day technically quit. He worked one day in the medical professional, and they were trying to get him to essentially break the law. They were trying to get him to do unsavory medication handouts in a rest home. Think about medical malpractice on, like, imagine, first of all, it was his first day. He has not been trained. He has not been told anything about any of the patients. He said it was like 40 patients one day and 6 patients the next day that he was supposed to oversee. It was his first day of work. They didn't train him. They didn't tell him what he was going to be doing. He walks into this office. Nobody knows who he is. He says everything was confusing from go. And they hand him keys to the narcotics cabinet. All the mental health meds they gave to him. They said, here's the keys. Welcome aboard. Nobody's even explained to him who's supposed to get medication. Nobody's explained to him their medication and policy and procedure in this place. You know what I mean? What their policies and procedures is when it comes to medication. There's absolutely a certain way that they have to pull meds. And here's a nurse who is out here pretty much putting his career on the line telling these things, because if you think about it, now he's out of a job because he quit. Absolutely good for him. Good for him. He probably prevented people's deaths. Medication is nothing to play with, but in the one day that he was there, he noticed that, thank you for the sticker buy, did he? And one day, he noticed that patients were getting night meds during the day, which is something that a lot of, a lot of medical professionals, when it comes to the mental health side of work, they will absolutely give things like Ativan, Seroquel during the day to keep a patient calm, to keep a patient mellow, to keep them controllable. But this nurse, this RN that quit the job, he said that he noticed that his nurse told him, don't worry about this patient. I'll get their meds. I'll do their meds. But she said, worry about this patient. This is so sketchy. I know that it's probably not making sense, but there's a way to pull meds, and I'm here to tell you this nurse was doing something illegal. Like, not only is it wrong ethically, but when you start doing things outside of the perimeter of policy and procedure, that's when medical malpractice happens. That's when accidents happen. That's when people get double doses of damn medicine and die, you know? It's very dangerous. And when I personally went to Chapel Hill and asked for help with therapy and was looking into seeing if I was like borderline personality disorder or if I was bipolar, I went down there last year. The experience of my life. I knew from the start that I was not going to get the medical care that I need. I knew from the start that they were trying to get me strung out on mental health medications. A lot of those medications are physically addictive, and if you don't have them, your life will crash and burn. You're going to be physically ill. You're going to be in the bed with the cold sweat, shitting, throwing up. Absolutely. There are medications that they will give you for anxiety or, I don't know, mood stabilizers, SSRIs. Those things are horrible. 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 If you are an adult and you've been on medications like that since you were a teenager and your life is still going wrong, there's a great chance that you need to come off the medication in order to heal. I told that to a therapist today, and she's like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. I said, I don't remember half of my childhood because my parents had me on medications. I feel like if I would have been able to deal with all of the trauma that I went through in childhood when they had me on medications, if I wouldn't have been on medications, not only could I have healed from the trauma, there's a good chance that I wouldn't have been through all of the other trauma that came afterwards because I would have been in a healthy place, in a healthy mind. I would have never even got wrapped up with somebody who wanted to kidnap me for 20 years and keep me to have sex with me. You know what I mean? You have to heal in order to protect yourself in the future. But if you are on so many mental health drugs that you can't even think, you're definitely not going to be processing your trauma. You're in the corner asleep, high on fucking Seroquel at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, self-medicating. That's just like doing alcohol every Friday or Saturday night. You know, you get that hankering and you're like, oh, I could really use a drink. It's been a long week. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Covering your problems up with these mental health drugs is not the way to heal. I know that they tell you that is. The only thing that is going to make you heal is talking about it, going straight through, figuring out how it makes you feel, why you feel that way. You have to process all of the emotions that comes with the trauma, whether it's anger or sadness or guilt or shame. You have to deal with that. And taking medication is not going to fix the problem. It can assist, I'm sure, but I'm not she was asking me today if I was getting vaccines. I said, you don't know who you're talking to, do you? No, thank you. What was it? Myocarditis, whatever that heart condition is that came from the COVID vaccine. Yeah, I think I'm good. Ow, my shoulder. What did the Quran say? Yeah, Oxycontin was part of the pill mill. Oxycontin, Dilaudid, morphine, Roxy's. That was all part of the pill mill days. That's the early 2000s. That's when I got hit with, drugs, really. My addiction started out with pills. It started out with pills, and it led to heroin. But we used to get pills from Florida all the way up in the North Carolina area. It came from all of the pill mills down in Florida. All the doctors writing pills for money. I learned to say it the other day and I can't say it. It's the main side effect, and we have 18, 19, 20-year-old kids out here dropping from cardiac arrest. Never in the history of man have we had that happen. Stop being naive. Not only does that one cause mitocardia, whatever it is, but the new monkeypox vaccine also does. COVID does not cause myocarditis, whatever it is. That is not true. Let's see. Ravi, good morning. It's not morning here. It's not morning here. But good morning. Oh, Gold King, you said every job I had, there's been drama, jealousy, everywhere I go. I believe that. If you're even the slightest bit happy, it pisses people off. I don't know what that is. I like to like work in the environment where I can be like, good morning, how are you? Like, ooh, I made you a cup of coffee, girl. I already got your coffee. Like, I like the environment where people are happy with themselves. And recently, in recent years, I've recognized that a lot of people are just not happy. It's probably stress from the job, stress from not being able to pay their bills. I get it. But you don't get to come to work and try to bully me because you're not happy with you. Like, it's crazy, but it happens a lot. And it happens a lot more in lower industry positions like food service. Bars, you're going to have most of the bartenders at bars. Most of the ones in this area have drug problems. They're into prostitution. Like, it's bad, you know? And no matter where you go, it's still a bar. So whether it's a Buffalo Wild Wings or it's a Longhorn, it's still going to have that culture there. It's still going to have people that specifically seek that out just because they are drinkers themselves. I hate that industry. I absolutely hate alcohol. Hate it. Hate it. It's the devil. So bad for you. Hold on. I saw you chatting. I'm watching you homeless to let me. Munchausen by proxy abusers. Your parents? Ow, my shoulder. I'm going to go ahead and set my medicine out for in the morning so I don't have to open the package because it's a pain in the ass at like 3 o'clock. I was kind of seeing if I needed to go back to the bathroom before I go to bed. Sometimes when I go to bed this late, I need to go use the bathroom again because I don't want to have to wake up in the middle of the night and use it. I guess while it's not raining, go. I'm just going to put my boots on because there's mud puddles out there. Oh, I probably ain't got no socks in them. Oh, what's that? Glasses. I wonder where those come from. I'm going to wake up early and go to the gym. I got stuff to do first thing for jobs. Hopefully this gym won't be packed at like 8 a.m. 5 a.m. whenever I show up. There's Wi-Fi here, so what I'll probably do is get on the horn early, start filling out job applications. I need to see, sometimes I'll wake up, you guys, and there'll be like 20 replies from companies in the middle of the night. It'll show emails coming in at like 3 a.m. and shit, and I'm like, who is up? I don't work on that schedule. I'm in the bed, honey. What are y'all talking about right now? You know what I mean? I hope they ain't expecting me to answer them back at 3 a.m. because my ass is asleep or either waking up. You know what I mean? Like, be like 12:30 a.m. or something. It's like, dude, I'm wondering if I can get through this bush. Yeah, maybe they are different time zones, but all the places that I qualify for are right here. I'm going to walk around because I don't want to get wet. And knowing my luck, there's bugs in there. A lot of the places are around here, and like when you're filling out these job things, sometimes you have to have a code for the store, like the certain area for the store. It'll be like the store will be store 8523. It gets very confusing. They'll be like, oh, what store were you applying for? And I'm like, shit, the one on Peters Creek Parkway. They're like, we need the store number. It's like, shit. Gets confusing. Sorry, they had music playing. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. I need to learn the dance and do it. It's hilarious. It goes something like, hold on, I have to put the phone down. Oh my God, they got music in here. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Are they, Donald? Are they? You don't say. You don't say. Oh shit. Gotta double unlock it for the back. I kind of hate climbing in the back seat like this, but since you guys are on the phone, fuck it. If somebody's gonna kidnap me right now on live, I wonder how long I'm gonna lay here tonight before the animal comes out. Seriously. And I wish I can't pick sounds up on my phone. It's the weirdest thing. Let me find a lane. It's the weirdest thing. Like when people get behind me and try to rev their engines and they get it on camera and you can't hear it. When the animal's been, like, when it crawls out of my engine, there's an animal in my car, y'all. It's in the engine block. I know it it's been there probably for a few weeks. Honestly, I think that I was kind of stupid. I knew that it was there, but, like, I thought that it was a stray animal from a bush somewhere. I didn't know that it was riding around in the car with me. Does that make sense? And then it kind of dawned on me, like, 2 days ago. I'm like, wait a second, it sounds like something is crawling out of the hood of my car. And then I could feel it underneath my cars in spots. My car's rocking. So it's got to be something that's pretty big, like a raccoon or maybe a cat. But it's definitely living in my... And it comes out when I'm going to bed, and it keeps me up half the damn night. I need to go by an auto body shop. Does anybody know where I can go and they'll get the damn thing out for me? I don't know where it's at. It's in there somewhere. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to have to take it to a shop. I'm going to have to lift it up. They're going to have to open the hood, and we're going to have to find the damn thing and somehow either scare it out by sound or spray it out with something. It's not just going to come out in the middle of the night. Like, I'm not going to be able to be like, here, kitty, kitty. Like, no, it's a wild animal. Like, I'm wondering if... Yeah, it does. It freaking rocks the car lightly. It feels like kind of like the wind is rocking it, but it's not. It's definitely a cat. And here's the thing. When I bang something, when I go like bang, bang, bang on the dash, it'll stop moving around. When I start banging on the dash up there where my cowboy hat is, it stops moving. So I'm wondering if it's a raccoon because they sleep during the day and they're up at night. So here's the thing. If you go to Reddit, you'll find that this is actually common for car lifers, and that it's typically mice that do this. But yeah, it's freaking me out, and I got to get it out of here, because if it starts chewing wires and stuff, and it's trying to break into my car, when it comes out of the engine block, I can hit underneath my car, trying to look for a way on the inside to get food. It's definitely that I have food in here. Everything's packaged up properly, but they can still smell that shit, y'all. I don't know how. I heard that, yeah, I know, that's my point. Vendetta Unleashed. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm so worried. Lure it out with food and then drop a towel on it to grab. Fuck that, dude. I've already had rabies shots in the side. I'm not trying to do that again. Rabies shots hurt. Rabies shots hurt. It's not, oh shit. Well, oh, you're being rude. You were. As long as I'm in here moving around, he won't even damn budge. But the moment that I get in the bed, get quiet, and I lay down for about 15 minutes and everything gets calm, that's when I can feel it coming out. Like I can hear him in the front clawing his way out of his hiding spot. And he won't stop for hours. And I really had been going through it for like, I don't know, since I got back from West Virginia, I've been in the same area. I really wasn't paying attention. I thought it was that cat, because y'all know that one Walmart, that lady feeds that cat. And this is why I have a problem with y'all out here feeding animals, because then they're attacking my car in the middle of the night trying to get in to get food. I was bitten in high school. I went to an urban school. I told y'all I was a minority. We only had 11 white people out of like 2,000 something students. And I'll never forget, it was like math class or science, and there was a rat that ran across the floor. It was a mouse. And everybody starts screaming. Everybody jumps up on the table. And I remember I picked it up, and we were trying to put it in a box or something, and somehow that little son of a biscuit lifted up from his tail and bit my thumb. Well, I dropped him, and like, then I went to pick him up again to put him back in the box, and he bit me again. And so, yeah, that was pretty bad. That was not a fun time. I got into trouble for that. I was in foster care at the time. My foster parents were not happy. It was more like a group home situation, and that lady that oversaw the place was a bitch about it. Oh. I'm about to go to bed. Bat scratched my shin in middle school. How is that even possible? That sounds horrible. It's a group home. They still have them. Kids go there all the time. That's what the state uses to house babies that are not adopted. They land in Africa. Anyone seen those gigantic pouch rats that they have in Alcatraz? No. What? Yeah, no. I'm completely screwed, and I can't do anything about it. Can't do anything about it. I mean, I can take it to an auto mechanic shop and say, hey, can y'all lift this up and help me fight this animal out? But more often than not, they're going to say, no, we can't do that. I remember I had a snake in my house one time. I'd went on a trip to Miami and come back, and I was living alone, and there was a snake in my bathroom. And I remember it was a Friday. I couldn't get control out there. There was nobody to help me in that situation. What do? It's the same type of situation. Like, a lot of places are not going to want to even lift it up to try to get the animal out of there. I mean, unless I have hundreds of dollars to then pay them for their labor. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what to do, but I've got to get whatever it is out of there. No, the rabies shops go in your side. No, they don't go in the place that you were bitten. No. I wish. I think I might do it different now. Yeah, a bat, you would still might have to get shots. Red ants make you sick if they attack you. Red ants ain't no joke. Fire ants, they'll bite the hell out of you. I've seen people get bit all over their body. Oh, really? They went in the place he was scratched in middle school. I wonder what year that was. Mine was 2004, 3, 2. It might have been 2001. I can't remember. Your shin? How'd they put a shot in your shin? I am so confused, but I'm not a medical professional either. Pregnant cat? It better not be no damn pregnant cat. Shit. I'm only driving it off a cliff then. I got gap insurance. That'll make all my problems go away. For real. I can take my YouTube check and go buy me a beater. It'd make all my problems go away. Shoot. I wish that they put a shin in my shot. On top of the wheels to trap it. Huh. I do got that mouse trap somewhere. Did I throw it away? What? The red ants were going after spermicide inside of my wallet from a broken condom wrapper. What? That's crazy. Well, they got into my storage shed. They got into my oatmeal. There was a whole pile of ants. A lovely gift. It's like a cat bringing home a dead mouse to the front door of my storage shed. I open up the shed and it's a pile of ants. Somehow they gotten in damn some oodles and noodles and oatmeal. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm kind of busy, like, trying to survive every day. And I don't really necessarily like the YouTube chat. I think that it's, like, needs to be. No, it might be true, Rooster. I think it needs to be. It might be. I don't know. But I think it needs to be, like, there needs to be a way to not only block losers, like I'm blocking right now, but there needs to be, it needs to be different. Like, it could be so great. This could be really great. There's a lot of great streaming services that are really great. YouTube is actually lacking. You know what I mean? It's lacking. Thank you, big dog. It's like, it's set up for the benefit of YouTube, and it should be set up to benefit creators. If you want to make money off of creators, help creators make money. I don't understand. It's crazy that they allow bullying and stuff. They promote it, in my opinion. Like, they allow it. They also allow content that contains children that we definitely don't need to even, parents don't need to be creating. I mean, it's crazy. I saw one mother on here, her and her daughter specifically do videos where they are doing provocative splits. It's just crazy that we live in a society where that is acceptable, and YouTube profits off of that. A child who cannot consent, that doesn't know the ramifications of what she's doing, she's not old enough to make those decisions, in my opinion. And it shouldn't be allowed. But of course, it is. Crazy world that we live in. Yeah, I think the modesty culture is coming from me, if you want my opinion. I do. I talk about girls in the gym all the time. It's disgusting, the stuff that I see, the way that women act in the gym, the way that they're dressed. I think that it has a combination of this new conservative movement that's taken place. I think it's a combination of certain creators like Candace Owens, Brett Cooper, telling young women to respect themselves. I think it's also a lot of people that are getting baptized and falling back to Christianity right now. A lot of stars that are leaving Hollywood and falling back on their religious beliefs. I think it's a combination of things, Jim. I think that it's a great movement. I think that we need to empower women by teaching women to love themselves and value themselves. That's real feminism. Feminism is teaching women to value themselves and their rights. You know, it's crazy that a whole generation of women have been brainwashed into thinking that they are helping their children by guiding their children to harm themselves. Think about that for a minute. These women have been completely brainwashed. They're not only brainwashed to the point that they're okay with this, the whole transgender movement, but they're also brainwashed to the point that they're brainwashing their children. We see grown women saying that their little boys are little girls and dressing them up in dresses and parading them around Disney World. It is so scary. It's so heartbreaking to think that parents can be the child's worst enemy. Oh, hello to Egypt. Not, Nylia? Mott? Yeah, I know. You're right, big dog. It is going to get worse. The musty trend, apparently, you know how, like, when I go to the gym, I wear baggy clothes 90% of the time. I think the last time we went, I wore a pantsuit. That was the first time that I've wore leggings to the gym. And I told y'all, I was like, I feel really uncomfortable. Like, I'm not used to wearing just leggings to the gym. And in my opinion, it's not very conservative. And you see these women in the gym, and they've got their leggings hiked all the way up their ass. Like, it's just gross, okay? I don't know how to, for me, it's disgusting. I hate to see it. It's not attractive to me. When I go to the gym, I'm typically in a baggy sweats and a huge XXX, XX t-shirt. Like, I always stay super covered. Part of that is because one of my gym idols is a guy who stays super covered. So that's why I kind of fell into that. I copied after him. And it's Sam Solik, I think is his name. So he teaches that you should stay covered in the gym to appreciate your pump after the gym. And that's kind of like how I feel. I've noticed that when I go to the gym and I'm covered, my reward is to see my pump after by taking my cover up off and being able to pose. Like, you see the results. If you're seeing it your whole workout, as he explains, then you're not really getting the high off of your pump. I don't know how to explain it in a good way. Anyways, apparently, Tabby, going back to your question, apparently girls are now opting for baggy clothes and more of a full coverage outfit in the gym in an attempt to be more conservative. I think that it's also having to do with men being in the gym and pestering women. I think that that's a contributing factor to women falling back on conservative, like being conservative in the gym. At jobs too, yeah, good. Good. No, don't say that, Tabby. There's that one van lifer. She has problems with men just because a woman. Here's the thing, though. I sometimes think that when I was bigger, I kind of got hit on a little bit more. I feel like guys were more comfortable with me back then. I get like hit on now, but it's more aggressive, and I don't know how to explain it. But back then, I felt like I got hit on more because I look more comfortable. Just like now, I told y'all that when I'm in leggings and stuff, I get hit on a lot. Like, why is it that when we look our roughest, guys hit on us? It's because they're more comfortable. We're more approachable when we're not all dolled up, dressed to the nines, you know? End up in a creeper video on YouTube. Oh, hello, Marquita. I hope I said that right. God bless you. I appreciate the positivity. I like sneakers, baggy yoga pants, regular tees, comfy and covered. Exactly, Annette. Exactly. I like, it's been so hot this summer. My AC was busted, so I had to wear like more shorts and tank tops. But even that, y'all see when I get out, I put my little shawl on or something. Like, I don't just hop out in a tank top and shorts very often, because I know that it's like gonna add to unwanted attention. It's sad that you have to be like that, but also we are one of the most sluttiest cultures, for a lack of a better word. I mean, the girl on OnlyFans at 18, just, it's kind of sad that what the West has become. And I can't help but think that it's because of a lack of God. We've fallen away from God. We've turned our back on God. And look at us now. I hope things don't get worse. I'm glad to see for people who are trying to buy a home that interest rates were cut. At least y'all can buy a house for a little bit cheaper. Satan getting a lot of workers. I know, if I was working for the devil, honey, I'd have a job by now. Let me tell you that. If I was part of Satan's plan, I'd have a job by now. Let me tell you that. That's funny. That is so funny. Yeah, I hope that everything goes good at my court date with these people. Well, I'm going to bed, you guys. I'm tired and hot. It's about 100 degrees in here, it feels like. I'm going to put on a t-shirt and, ouch, get in the bed. Usually I don't have any problems at this spot, but you don't really know until you wake up the next morning if you're going to have problems. If they don't come a-knocking, then everything should be fine. We need to do clothes tomorrow too. If I hear that animal tonight, I don't know what to do. Maybe out with a spray bottle and try to find it. I got out last night at Walmart, and every time I would get out, I think it was running in the bush behind me. It would hear like the doors unlock, like a door, and then it would run in the bush or something because it would get missing. I would look under the car and it would be freaking gone. I know for a fact that it's an animal. It's been bothering me for weeks. I thought that it was just because of the area that I was in, because I've been sleeping at the same 3 or 4 spots. And I was like, oh, it must be like animals all over here. Everywhere I go, there's ladies feeding stray cats. Stop feeding these animals, man. Then they're hanging off my car in the middle of the night or riding around with me. I've got to figure out how to get that cat or whatever it is, I don't know what it is, out of my car tomorrow. Have to. Because it could chew wires. It can damage my electrical stuff. It could damage a lot of stuff. And if you go to Reddit, there's tons of videos and people talking about them finding animals in their engine block. It's a very common thing, especially if you've been in wooded areas or a bushy area. It's not uncommon for rodents, specifically mice, to move into your damn car. But I'm gonna tell you now, there was one guy on Reddit that said that he said he had the mouse family from hell. And he said that, so I had a friend that rode with him somewhere one day, and his friend opened up the glove box for something, and lo and behold, there was a mice nest in there. And he said that he was able to get the mouse out. He found the mouse later and got the mouse out, removed the nest. The following day, he looks under the back seat, finds another nest. Then he has to find that mouse, kills that mouse. A few weeks later, he looks in the box again, and there's another nest. This is how it is once you get an infestation. The car is going to be worthless. It's going to smell like piss. It's going to smell like rat urine. And that's another thing that I know that it's not in here, because I've found no rat urine. I've found no mice poop. It's little turds. You can tell that it's mice poop. If you're from, you know exactly what a rat turd looks like. So it's little, and I've not seen any of that in this car. It's not in the inside, it's in the outside on the engine. There's something up in the engine block that's sleeping and living, and it's got to be a nest, because the damn thing, every night when I get in the bed to go to sleep, as soon as I'm in the bed for maybe like 10, 15 minutes and I'm starting to doze off, the damn truck starts rocking. And I'm like, oh my God. And see, here's the thing. I've been thinking it was the wind until like a few days ago. I started to really pay attention more. And I'm like, oh my God, that's a fucking animal. It's an animal. I can hear his little claws when he climbs on top of my car in the middle of the night. Little claws down metal. Yeah, I do get scared times. I'm like, is that son of a bitch going to find his way in tonight? I heard him back here last night. I heard him like backside of the truck. And I was like beating. I would start smacking, and he would get quiet and stop moving. I gotta get him out tomorrow. I was supposed to do it today, but I've been so busy today. We got to go somewhere tomorrow and trying to, yeah, I know rewiring is pricey. Hell, I could never afford that in this car. It would be total loss. I could never afford it. It would sit in a damn depot somewhere, not running. So, I don't know. Maybe Meineke, maybe I'm going to key, they'll lift it up. Maybe Jiffy Lube, they'll lift it up. Here's the thing, though. If I tell them, hey, I think there's an animal in there, they're going to be like, oh, no, we can't help you. You need to call animal control. I'm going to call animal control, and they're going to be like, oh, it's not a residence. We can't help you. How much you want to bet? What is it? Spark spray? I don't think it's mice. It's bigger than mice. It's got to be a raccoon. I think it's a raccoon. I know animals pretty well. I've been in the sticks my whole life. I'm about 90% sure it's a raccoon. Number one, because of his claws. They sound pretty long. Okay? I don't know how to explain it, but they sound like raccoon claws. Also, the way he shifts his weight around, it actually moves the truck. So I'm thinking that it's something big. If it was a cat's claws, they're not going to be as prominent as a raccoon's claws. They're longer and they're stuck out more. And also, raccoons use their hands a little different than squirrels. But, I mean, cats. So, I don't know, man. I really think that it's a raccoon. And also, it's only happening when I go to bed and he's up all night trying to get in my truck. I can feel the side he's on by where the car is moving. Like, when he shifts the weight around. He was under my car the other night, and he was trying to find his way in under the bottom of the car. I could hear his little nails under there clinking on the metal. I could hear him on the side steps walking around. Yeah, I got to get on this shit. I can't believe I ignored it this long. I really thought that it was the wind for like 2 weeks, and then, I don't know, now I've started to pay attention. I've been under a lot of stress. It started happening when I came back from West Virginia. So, it's been a while, a few weeks. Repel. I'm gonna Google some stuff to see like what I can spray. I need to find a way to like get under there and spray them out. Maybe one of the car dealers will help me tomorrow. I don't know. I just don't have any money to spend, and I know that if I don't get it out, it's gonna cause me financial problems. He's already like trying to break in here and shit, you know? It creeps me out. Repel all. Hold on one second. I'm gonna screenshot that. And that's literally the type of thing that, like, you can get rabies or something. It's no joke. You don't want to be messing with animals like that. You need somebody to help you. But I'm going to bed. I got to cut this light out because somebody just pulled up over there and it's creepy. But I hope you guys have a good night. I'm taking my ass to bed. Maybe I can film him making racket tonight. It sucks because if I step out of the car, then he stops moving. He hears me. You know what I mean? If I even unlock the car, he knows that I'm up. If I shift my weight, he knows that I'm up. He can feel the car move. It's crazy. They're so smart. So smart. Y'all too. I hope y'all sleep well. Lemon smell will keep raccoons away. I read peppermint oil will too. Lemon pledge. I might try that. Thank you, Ark. 777. Y'all rest well, and we'll talk in the morning. We'll make a plan tomorrow to get rid of this little critter. God. Maybe they'll lift it up for me, and we can get pictures and videos of him escaping. Escape! I need you to get out of here, buddy. I need you to escape to a bush out of my home. Lord, it's a raccoon or a cat. It's one of the two. It's got to be big enough to make this big truck move. And that would be like a 10, 15-pound damn raccoon. Anyways, good night, y'all. Y'all rest well and pray for me because God knows I need it. I'm creeped out. Now that I'm talking about it, I'm creeped out. But I'll be fine. He ain't getting here. He can't get. I hope not. We'll talk tomorrow. Good night, y'all. Be safe. Bye.